crooked. Where is that crooked? Damn it. Come on now. For frick's sake. Probably gonna get totally busted. From my wife especially. She watches it. What the hell? Oh, that's the benefit to doing this thing on a video and not live, damn it. Oh, that's crooked. That's gonna bug the shit out of me. It's gonna bug the living balls right out of me. Alright. Be great if I had a passenger. Jesus is with me. Jesus, take the wheel. So did you guys hear? Oh, by the way, it's drive time with Steven. Some of you guys are gonna watch this later. I'm just trying to see if I'm frame good enough. Close enough for government work, so they say in the biz. It's kind of bright out here too. I'm okay. So, Melinda Gates cautioned Bill about Jeffrey Epstein, apparently. As if anybody didn't see that one coming. I'm curious to know why they're bringing it back up again, though, and throwing it with the whole news of Bill and Melinda Gates getting going to the old Big D, and I don't mean Dallas. I wonder why they're bringing up the Epstein stuff. I keep thinking that something's gonna drop on Bill regarding some more information on the Epstein stuff. I had a friend who thought that nobody cares about Epstein, and I would probably say at this point it's become so. A lot of people have become immune to it at this point. But I wonder if that's like the. And I'm not saying this is the case. Probably isn't. But I'm wondering if that's the case on why they are getting old split up. Somebody showed old Melinda that Bill was going down the old little teen-ski road, so to speak, with Epstein. But I don't think Melinda is some, upright person either, quite frankly. I don't want to give her the benefit of the doubt that like she's some classy person that's now coming after 30 years of marriage is realizing what a douche rag Bill Gates is. So I don't know. I just found it interesting that now they're dropping trying to connect Bill again back to Epstein. That could be a lawyer play on her end too, just trying to discredit him. But I don't care at all I don't feel bad for them at all. Not even a little bit. Maybe I should because he's a human being. I just don't. Hope they can make it through that $130 billion they have to split. Hope they'll be okay after all that. And then other stuff in the news. Ron DeSantis. They're really going after him right now. They really, really want to go after him. They want to go after him because he is, and I don't believe in any of these fucking politicians, pardon my French, but I am proud when they do the right thing. Even though he did the wrong thing, and then he did the right thing. The wrong thing by taking any freedoms away like every other governor did. But man, he went hard, except for Kristi Noem. She got props because she never once capitulated to any of this bullshit. But I will say DeSantis is go hard in the paint on no restrictions, no COVID vaccines, making it illegal for private companies to discriminate on whether or not you have your COVID vaccine. I appreciate whether I agree. I think he's a slimy politician like all of them. I'm not going to get suckered into this bullshit again. But I will say, good for him, man. Good on him. But of course, what the left and what the media want to do now, right, is smear him. That's what they're going to do. And so now they're coming after him and they're saying, because they hate that he's not playing by the rules. So they're coming after him. They're saying Ron DeSantis' staff formed a support group. He fired official with cancer, has to be lured to meetings with cupcakes, and only takes advice from his wife, claims a hit piece. Well, no. So? Okay, so he had to fire someone with cancer. That sucks. But if you had cancer and you weren't doing your job, we don't keep you around just because you have cancer. Right? That sucks that you have cancer, and our heart goes out to you. But if you can't do your job, we don't just keep you around as a mercy play, right? As a charity play, just because, right? He's got a government to run, so, or he's got a state to run. So it's kind of like, meh, all right. And then he needs to be lured to meetings with cupcakes. I mean, what is like, come on, Ronnie boy, come on. Here's the cupcake, Ronnie. Here it is. Come on, Ronnie. They lure him to meetings like that, or they just say, hey, there's cupcakes. He's like, hey, I love cupcakes. Who doesn't love cupcakes anyways? That's a great, so that's a negative thing? He has to be lured for cupcakes? Cupcakes are great. Everyone loves cupcakes. And everyone hates meetings. Seems like perfectly normal. And then he only takes advice from his wife. Well, number one, I don't think that's probably necessarily true. Number two, if his wife's a smart, good lady, that's not necessarily a bad thing to do. Maybe it's the only one he can truly trust, right? And so, good on him. This hit piece didn't really do any damage in my mind. It's kind of like, and your point is what? We know you're trying to tear him down, but it's funny that that's the best you got. That he needs cupcakes for a meeting, that he had to actually make a tough business slash government call by firing somebody who unfortunately was ill, and he takes advice from his wife. That's the best you can do. You guys are really at the bottom of the barrel, what I think. UK resists Joe Biden here. I don't even care about them. 3 other former Minneapolis cops involved in George Floyd death are hit with federal charges. Of course they are. Oh, here's the new COVID scare, right? India's COVID-19 second wave will devastate the country and the rest of the world if not brought under control, politician warns, as research suggests country is close to hitting 1 million deaths. Well, I don't know what to say over there in regards to what's going on in India, and other than they have really shitty healthcare. It's a third world country, much like the America or the USA is becoming quite quickly. And I don't know what to say about this. We can't trust anything. Is this a model? And the 1 million deaths, I don't believe the death counts because all the books have been cooked so incredibly. They're trying to scare us with this Indian strain now, apparently. I don't know. I don't know. That isn't even worth covering because you can't trust anything that's. I know everything else is such bullshit. It's unbelievable. So we can't trust anything on that. It's just. Oh, Peloton, Trump, fucking man. Who cares about any of that? Promiscuous dental hygienist, 61, is found guilty of beating and strangling female U.S. Navy recruit to death. That sucks. Worth reading. It's pretty bad. I know people are probably like, are you really driving, streaming, and reading the news at the same time? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm more glancing at the bullet points, right? And my car has some auto detection, so chances of me getting in a rat car. You do gotta watch for cops. I will say that. You gotta keep your head on a swivel for the popo that are possibly. Oh, what's this? That's a Idaho cop. Idaho Marshal's deputy who mocked LeBron James, your next tweet, gets a book deal and is now back at work after being placed on leave. Good. Oh, this is a good story, guys. I read this the other day. This is precious. Fury over decision to let transsexual enter Tokyo Olympics. New Zealand's female with a penis is what we call those people. You call them what you want. I call her a female with a penis. Or a confused gay man. Maybe. It's probably a better way to put that. A confused gay man. Anyway. It says New Zealand's female weightlifter with penis reveals they are told to be quiet when they complain that women will lose out. So, a fury over decision to let transsexual enter Tokyo Olympics. New Zealand's female weightlifter female weightlifters reveal they are told to be quiet when they complain that women will lose out. So yeah, this dude, I can't show you the picture, but New Zealand transgender athlete Laura Hubbard is set to complete at the Olympics. Laura Hubbard, she's a female who looks completely like a dude, and I believe still has a penis. Maybe she's gone all the way through and had the whole surgery down on her hoo-ha parts. Maybe that happened. But even if it did happen, she's still got all the bone density, muscle mass, and benefit of those years and years and years of all that testosterone pulsing through her vein. I bet my wife's texting me because she's watching, saying, "Wait, don't do this. Why are you doing this?" Tina, if that's you texting me, then you can just leave a comment because I can read it on the screen. See, I've got blind spot detectors. Anyways, moving on. Hubbard competes in men's weightlifting. Or Hubbard competed, not competes. Competed. So this is the funny part. Hubbard competed in men's weightlifting competition before transitioning. Okay, so she did have the old surgery, I think. But the transitioning could have just been she now says she is what? A woman. But even if she did, she still has all the male parts, even though she just kind of redesigned her male parts or cut some of them off. She's still got the chromosomes, muscle mass, bone density, and years of testosterone pulsing through her vein that make her a man. But anyway, she competed in men's weightlifting before transitioning. She wasn't very good at it, though. And that's why she's like, you know where I could be really good at weightlifting is if I go and I actually compete against women. So then I'll do a really good job, right? But former weightlifter Tracy Lambrix has said women are being silenced. Well, you think, of course they are. Women are the new men. Women are the new men in the community of the LGBTQIA, transgender, non-binary, social construct, identity ladder. Women are becoming the new men, where it's like, man, you're privileged. Hey, we don't want to listen to you. Man, we have more important privilege. We have more important victimized people that rank way higher than you, Mrs. or in this case, Mr. Woman, on the identity victimhood ladder. We have some people that rank way higher than you. So you're just gonna have to sit back and chill out. We're not listening to you. But former weightlifter Tracy Lambrix has said women are being silenced. Those that complain, she says, are being told to be quiet if they voice their concern. If you are a female weightlifter competing in the Olympics, and you think it's unfair that a former weightlifter man that transitioned into a woman who really seems to be more of a confused, gay man who chopped his duties off and now says he's a woman, if you have a problem that he is now lifting with you and kicking everybody's ass and breaking records, even though he sucked as a male lifter, now he comes over to the woman's side and he's breaking records. If you think that's illegal or if you think that's unfair, then you need to be silenced. Apparently. Because that makes sense, right? A woman with a penis lifting in women with vaginas competitions, and you raise your voice about that, and you are the problem. Apparently that's the world. Well, we've known that's the world we live in, but I thought I would still point that out, that is such nonsense. In a wild card, no telling what I might do. Tesla billionaire Elon Musk joins Miley Cyrus to tease his controversial SNL hosting gig. Oh, I could care the fuck less. I'm sorry, I didn't even know what that was. I don't care about Elon Musk. I don't care. I do not care. Let's go check another couple of news out here. What else is popping in the news right now? Grand jury indicts 4 officers involved in George Floyd's arrest, accuses them of violating civil rights. Yeah, they're not going to let this one go. They're going to hammer this one home. How do those guys get a fair trial, I wonder? Because nobody in the world... That'd be like during the height of O.J. Simpson trial, murder, trying to get a fair trial there. Obviously it wasn't. It's tweaked too. But, yeah, it's sad. It's sad what we're doing there. I'm all for cop reform. I'm all for police reform. I do support the blue. But I also think that there's a lot of shitty cops. And I also think that there's cops are enforcing rules and laws they should not be enforcing. They should not be enforcing rules and laws on, better way to put it, they should be enforcing the Constitution, right? When I see cops going out and just profiling people right and left, or harassing people, or like when the lockdowns were happening, people in parks saying they didn't want to wear a mask and they're getting arrested, or cops coming to businesses and trying to shut them down. These are the kind of cop reform that if you fix that root problem, the cops feel like they are just enforcers of the governor, enforcers of the state, instead of enforcers and protectors of the Constitution. If you had cops actually enforcing and protecting the Constitution, and ideally only enforcing crimes where there's a victim. If there's no victim, there's no crime, essentially. Really, in my mind, if there's no victim, there's no crime. That's the kind of world we should be living in, where the laws should only pertain to if there's a victim. If there's not a victim, it shouldn't be against the law. There shouldn't be a crime. But if cops actually, getting back to just the Constitution, just enforced the Constitution, no illegal search and seizure, they enforce that, right? They enforce these things that they don't try to coerce people into talking that don't want to talk. If cops actually took serious freedom and wanted to enforce and protect that, we'd eliminate all the profiling problems that happen against African Americans, allegedly. We would, and when I say allegedly, maybe not, I don't know. I mean, there's more to that. I don't want to get into that right now. We'd eliminate, I think, a lot of this overuse of force, right, from cops. We'd eliminate a lot of badge-heavy asshole cops that just are out there to be their own power trips. You'd eliminate a lot of that crap if you started to actually, truly enforce the Constitution, and that's it. So I'm all for police reform, right? But, man, cops, there definitely needs to be some police reform, but cops are definitely not getting a fair shake. And the attack against cops is not because people want what you say, otherwise your channel will get... Yeah, I don't care anymore if my channel gets shut down. You're right. You got to be careful on what you say. I don't care, though, if my channel gets shut down. I'm not streaming enough to care anymore. I'm not growing. I can't. YouTube has already completely... They've taken all the joy out of it. I'm waiting for some of these other sites to get their streaming up and working better. And just to start streaming over on those, because I go straight to YouTube because it's really the only good live stream. That's not true. There's other ones I can live stream on, but in the morning when I'm driving, it's just the easiest. But I don't care. YouTube can do what they want to do. You know, I don't care anymore. But just to sum up what I was just saying, yeah, there needs to be police reform, for sure. But there's also the reason people are pushing for to fund the police and all the police reform is not because they want police reform. It's because they want complete and total chaos, and they want to pull down rule of law because it's really boils down to ultimately a communist agenda that's being enacted upon our country, and they want to tear everything down because they want to rebuild it in this global communist utopia, and that's really what's happening. But and I'm so done with the left and the right, the Republicans and Liz Cheney and Donald Trump, and I don't care. It's all bullshit. All of that is bull. They don't care. They don't care. We need to start pointing out the truth of what really matters, because all the political stuff, it's all low vibration, low hanging fruit, distraction. That's all it is. It's just to keep us distracted, angry and distracted, That's it. That's all it's there for. There's no good point to it. There really isn't. There's no good. It's all bullshit. It's all Macron dismisses vaccine patents waivers. Macron, hang on, dismisses vaccine patent waiver push. Blames Anglo-Saxon for blocking exports to COVID jabs. Wait a second. Macron dismisses vaccine patent waiver. Yeah, of course he does. All these ale. Now I do not get the vaccine, by the way. Don't do that. So I'm not a supporter of the vaccine. I'm not saying get the vaccine. Macron and Gates both came out though just recently and said, well, no, we shouldn't give, and you guys all know this, but we shouldn't give, we shouldn't just make the vaccines open to everybody. I mean, we shouldn't give the recipe. The ingredients are there, but we can't give the recipe from Pfizer or Moderna or AstraZeneca. You know, these people that have these vaccines that are, by the way, emergency use authorized right now, not approved. There's a difference. These vaccines are not approved. And YouTube can try to do whatever they want to do with me on this one, but it's the facts. They're not approved, FDA approved. They are emergency use authorized approved, right? But regardless, they're terrible. But if they really wanted to see the world saved, like Mr. Philanthropist, care for the world, Bill Gates says, and Macron says, and all these tech billionaires who are pushing everyone to get the vaccine and take the vaccine because we care about people and we want the people saved. If they really cared about that, then they would make the vaccine recipe, not just the ingredients, but the recipe open to everyone. Let's not worry about profits right now. Let's not worry about holding on to our patents. Let's just release this so we can save the world. Not about saving the world. It's about control and money and power. And the money part of it comes into play, but it's really about power. And they don't want to give it away. They don't want to give it away. So it shows you their motives, and that they're just sacks of shit. They're shitbags. They're sacks of shitbags. World Health Organization asked Big Pharma for more transparent vaccine data with fewer redactions to boost public trust. Let me read this. What's this headline say? World Health Organization asked Big Pharma for more transparent vaccine data with fewer redactions to boost public trust and scientific integrity. The pharmaceutical industry must provide widespread access to clinical data for new medicines and vaccines. The World Health Organization and the International Coalition of Medicines Regulatory Authorities have said. The COVID-19 pandemic has revealed how essential to public trust access to data is. Yeah, well, that's funny to me that the World Health Organization is trying to come out and play both sides of the fence when they've shut down all the other people who are actually bringing, information and data to light on what's going on these vaccines. Now they want to try to pretend like they want transparent. That's a game, guys. That's a play. When the World Health Organization comes out and says, oh, we really want the vaccine companies to be more transparent with their data. No, they don't. They're saying that to try to garner some credibility, because the World Health Organization has came out and silenced, right, and has pushed down and been pretty paramount in pushing down any kind of vaccine information that goes against the official narrative. The information and data that goes against the official narrative. Now they want to play the game that they really want that information out. Oh, that's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of crap. If it's no Scottish, it's crap. And that's crap. If you know that little reference, then you're my people. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. You're my people. All right, guys, I'm at work, and so this has just been another rambling drive time with Steven. Rambling Roads with Robert. Rambling Rob. Isn't that Rob Norris little thing? Or Roadside Ramblings? Roadside Ramblings with Robert? Roadside Ramblings with Robert. That's a good one. Just like Drive Time with Steven. I'm here. So until next time, I hope you guys have a glorious day, a glorious Friday, wherever you are. And we will talk to you real soon. Yeah, that's it. Until next time. Dr. Animus, it's SJG Perspective. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.